Introduce our keynote speaker, Chipper Bell. For more than 25 years, he's been the brand manager of Patagonia. He gave me his speech title, which I wrote on this piece of paper. He's worked with Patagonia on their mission statement and their corporate culture. He's traveled all around the world, I believe, explaining how to make these things practical and purposeful. And he's going to share with us the benefit of more than 2 decades of experience in making mission, values, and purpose practical. He's a member of Sunrise Toastmasters. He is a Toastmaster, one of us. Please welcome Chipper Bell. His speech entitled Mission, Values, and Purpose.
Thank you so much. I had so much fun coming out here tonight. It was such a beautiful evening. And when I pulled into the parking lot, I was a little bit early, and I walked in and asked the waitress, I said, "May I please ask where the au jus is?" And she said, "Bless you." I said, "I like this already." I'm so happy to be here, and I just wanted to say that Madam Toastmaster, Sir Toastmaster, our distinguished guests, and all of my fellow Toastmasters, I wanted to talk tonight about mission statements, purposes, and what is it about a club like Toastmasters that would have a mission statement? The one that we eloquently say at all of our meetings, and I got to really hand it over to Ralph C. Smedley, to design a program like Toastmasters and to come up and wordsmith our mission statement that we know so eloquently, to provide a mutual, positive, supportive environment where all members have the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. What I love about the mission statement, in one word there, is opportunity. Let's look at Google's mission statement. Their mission statement says, to gather the world's information and make it accessible universally for all, and to make it accessible and useful. Let's take a look at Amazon's mission statement. Amazon says that they want to be the world's most customer-centric company, period. And they also want you to know that you can find anything that you desire and buy it online. I was looking at the mission statement of Apple, and it was quite lengthy, but I read between the lines on that mission statement. And I really thought that that mission statement said, the race to $1 trillion. And the collective purpose was this. My 25 years at Patagonia, I've been enamored with that mission statement. And like Mr. Smedley and Rick Bezo and the Google teams, all written by people, men and women, writing the mission statements. The Patagonia mission statement was written by a man named Yvon Chouinard, whom arguably in our day was the greatest dirtbag of our time. He climbed the highest mountains. He surfed uncharted waters and oceans around the world and fly fished the most wild rivers on our planet. I heard him say one time, "I can't afford to buy cheap stuff." And so he went out and got himself an anvil, a blacksmith's anvil. And he started to forge his own climbing tools. And when you are the greatest mountain climber and you're climbing 3,000 feet vertical and you're making your own pitons, your life has to depend on it. And as they climbed, they actually realized that some of those pitons were damaging the rock. So when they started Patagonia to make a pair of clothes that would last them more than one climb, they discovered and started writing the mission statement. And it came easy. And the Patagonia mission statement is, build the best product. Cause no unnecessary harm. And use business to inspire and implement solutions to the environmental crisis. They take that word crisis very seriously. Under those values and that mission sits the core values. The first one is quality. You could understand where that one comes in. And Patagonia better get it right in quality because they guarantee their clothes for life without a receipt. The next core value is integrity. That one makes good business sense. I think we could all agree on that. The next one is environmentalism, one of the cornerstones of their business. And the last one is my favorite, not bound by convention. One winter, a couple of years ago, we were in the blacksmith shop at a new hire orientation. And Yvon Chouinard was showing off, making a piton. And he was striking the anvil, and his iron was red hot. And one of the new hires asked him a question and said, "Hey Yvon, back in the day when you were making pitons, and you were really hungry, and trying to build that best product, and you're striking the anvil, and the iron's red hot, and the telephone rings." And back then there were no answering machines. And as he looked up at the whole entire new hire that were there, with a blink of his eye he said, "Never let the iron cool." And that really hit home to all of us that, hey, let's build the best product. And let's cause that no unnecessary harm. Having business in that way keeps you very transparent. And that transparency can leave you vulnerable. But that vulnerability creates change. For example, we talked mission, values, and purpose. Purpose would be, how are you going to charter your business, as we talked earlier of LLC. It might be publicly traded, maybe nonprofit. But when you declare your articles of charter, by law, you sign up in that state for many different reasons. There's a movement out called benefit corporations. It's a little different from the conventional corporations, but a B Corp has your bottom line and your purpose is that it's standard now by law that you have to adhere to social and environmental standards. And a third-party auditor called B Lab comes by and gives us an assessment. That assessment is given to our customers. The customers can now see fiber forward how those clothes and how those products are made, giving that customer the choice now to choose the products for the right reason. But the hope is they refuse the products for the right reason. Don't buy it. In business, no is more powerful than yes. As the customer then begins to see that transparency, it now leaves the companies and our competitors with the hope that they would become B Corps too. Today there's over 2,700 benefit corporations recognized in over 50 countries. The leaders right now in the B Corp movement is Asia. with over 50,000 corporations signing up for transparency. And you know who the target market is? A 12-year-old. Because in about 12 years from now, the wordsmithing of this transparency that relates to a mission, relates to the core values, and the purpose, these new customers are coming. And about, again, when they're 24, it's going to be super cool that 26 million kids have the opportunity to hit an Instagram button and refuse a product. And they might go, you guys want to shut down a corporation today? And imagine 26 million people doing it. I saw on the news today those children protesting for more rights. I saw the children in Florida protesting recently. And what these kids see today on the television, on their news, on their internet, is way more than we saw in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s, and in the 90s. But this 21st century movement with transparency is going to be super important to adhere to our core values. And whether we're starting a new business, starting a new career, working at a corporation, or maybe our own personal growth, we all can look deep and look hard and find your anvil. And my hope for you, or my advice would be, never let the iron cool.